You can't hold it in. You gotta talk about it.
There's some rules that you're gonna need to be successful in this life, and we have the top 5 for you right here, right now. One of the first rules on this list is you're going to have to remember when things hit the fan and every moment is challenging for you, that you need to go ahead and take a note of that, so you know once you've made it successful, you don't ever want to be at the bottom of the barrel ever again. And that way you can strive and push for every single day to never be in that moment that you were again, and do whatever it takes to avoid being in the bottom of the barrel. We also have that you should only focus on you and just be the best you that you can be every single day.
I need to be me, and I want to have the kind of career that is a global career.
Doesn't matter what other people are saying about you, you just need to focus and be the best version of you every single day that you can be. Also, you're gonna have to be extremely nice, be super charitable, and just love people. Because when you do good things for others, that boosts your self-confidence as well as your image in your business. And doing good things for others can really benefit just your further progression in life and how you grow and mature. You also need to make sure that when you commit to something, you're going all in. You're not gonna just put half the effort in and half in somewhere else. You need to make sure that you always are fully committed to every task that you're doing. And lastly, you need to always be ready to take a risk. Because if you're not ready to take the risk, then you're not ready to live life. Life is full of risks, and in order to truly live it, you have to take them.
Anything big that would happen, I would always take a moment, and I just remind myself, the idea of me being president one day has become a legit thing to some people. And if it is a overwhelming, positive, strong, we want you to run for president, and if I felt that I can step up to the plate and become a tremendous leader and make a real difference and make change, I would do it. What do you think your special thing is?
My gap in my teeth.
Gap in the teeth. All right, so maybe it's like, all right, yeah, like it's time to give somebody like the gap. I had Simone, who's my beautiful 14-year-old daughter, who continues to be, a balancing anchor in my life. The relationship I have had with Simone over the past 14 years has led me to become the father I am today for Jasmine, who's our little 7-month-old baby who just rocks my world. I think the number one thing that a lot of people, for whatever reason, become adverse to, carbs are your friend.
Can't hold it in. You gotta talk about it. I went through it when I was 14, 15. On a teenage level, it's a whole other level of emotion and hormone and everything that they're going through, and the weight of the world is on teenagers' shoulders. I'm happy that this dialogue has kind of started over the past week, and because open dialogue, period, when it comes to mental health, especially when it comes to teenagers, but especially when it comes to guys. When you, as an audience member, you spend your hard-earned dollars, it's not falling out of the sky, right? You gotta earn it, and then you come to a movie theater. My job, to make sure that you leave the movie theater happy and feeling good. Now, there's beautiful movies out there where the endings aren't happy endings, and I can appreciate them. I just feel like for what the audience has expected from me over the years is, I got your back, I'm gonna make you feel good. You may cry in the movie, you may get angry. However, at the end of the movie, when the credits roll, you're gonna be happy.
So before a big movie comes out, before back in the days when I was wrestling with WWE, a WrestleMania match, anything big that would happen, I would always take a moment and I just remind myself, I was evicted when I was 14. We were kicked off the island. We couldn't live in Hawaii. Had no place to live. It happened then when I moved to Nashville. I was arrested multiple times by the time I was 16 years old. Like, I remember that. But before I lace up, before I get on the court, before I play in these big games, before I go to the Staples Center, where history, those are historic walls there at the Staples Center, I would remember that. And it allows me then to be present in the moment and understand, holy shit, the stuff I have around me right now, this is the shit that I dreamed of when I was a kid. I am here. What helps me is to keep the hard times in the front of my mind. Gives me the biggest opportunity to make the biggest impact, global impact. I don't want to make small movies. I love and respect our movie business, but I want to make big movies that do well, and when they do well, it's not the money thing, because we have money, right? Money's good. It ebbs and flows. It's the idea that I can impact as many people as possible with a big global movie. And when the global movie is touching $1 billion, that sounds good, right? It's good for the bank account, it's good for everybody involved, everybody's getting their piece of cake, it's great. But what that does do, I know I'm impacting people around the world by giving them some good entertainment, making them feel good. It was a turning point in my career, and it really allowed me to grow, and it really allowed me just to be me and be anchored in with who I am. The idea was I was a rookie in the wrestling business. I was the wrestling business is a term called babyface, which is a good guy. I was being groomed as a good guy wrestler. Young, the idea was you're grateful for the opportunity. So when you go out there, I want you to smile. You can't smile enough. The importance and the power of finding your identity and being true to who you are. Even in that wild world of pro wrestling, it still applies to everyone in the room, and how powerful that could be, because it was a true shift and click moment. And I never looked back, and I became, fortunately, the biggest draw that the business has ever seen. I still see every opportunity that I have as like a little crack in the wall, a little scratch. It's almost as if like every opportunity the scratch represents every opportunity. The success on the other side of the scratch is the light. Scratching hard, clawing, digging, it's that mentality to really take advantage of every opportunity I have.